Welcome to Typogrammar.com, your home for clear English exam preparation. In the next few minutes, you will master all 12 English tenses. We will look at what each tense means, how to build it, and exactly when to use it, with simple examples you can actually remember. Stop guessing and start understanding. By the end of this video, the whole system will finally click. So get comfortable and let us begin. English tenses follow one simple grid. There are 3 times: past, present, and future. And there are 4 aspects: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. 3 times multiplied by 4 aspects gives you exactly 12 tenses. Here is the key. Simple talks about facts and habits. Continuous talks about actions in progress. Perfect connects 2 different points in time, and perfect continuous focuses on how long an action has been going on. Hold this grid in your mind, and every single tense will fall right into place. Tense number 1, the present simple. We use it for facts, habits, and routines. The structure is the base verb, and we add an S for he, she, or it. For example, she works in London. Water boils at 100 degrees. I play football every weekend. Signal words include always, usually, often, every day, and never. Remember, if something is generally true or happens again and again, the present simple is your tense. Tense number 2, the present continuous. We use it for actions happening right now or around the present moment. The structure is am, is, or are, plus the verb with ing. For example, she is working from home today. They are watching a movie right now. Signal words include now, at the moment, currently, and today. Use the present continuous for temporary actions that are still in progress as you speak. Tense number 3, the present perfect. We use it for past actions that have a result or a connection to right now, and for life experiences. The structure is have or has, plus the past participle. For example, I have finished my homework. She has visited Japan twice. Signal words include just, already, yet, ever, never, and since. Here is the trick. When the past clearly touches the present, reach for the present perfect. Tense number 4, the present perfect continuous. This one focuses on the duration of an action that started in the past and is still continuing now. The structure is have or has been, plus the verb with ing. For example, I have been studying for 3 hours. It has been raining since morning. Signal words include for, since, how long, and lately. Use it whenever you want to stress how long something has been happening. Now we move into the past. Tense number 5, the past simple. It describes completed actions at a definite time in the past. The structure is the past form of the verb, often with ed for regular verbs. For example, she visited her grandmother yesterday. We watched the game last night. Signal words include yesterday, last week, in 2010, and ago. For finished actions with a clear past time, the past simple is exactly what you need. Tense number 6, the past continuous. It describes an action that was in progress at a specific moment in the past. The structure is was or were, plus the verb with ing. For example, I was reading when the phone rang. They were playing while it was raining. Signal words include while, when, and as. Think of it as the longer background action that gets interrupted by a shorter one. Tense number 7, the past perfect. It shows that one past action happened before another past action. The structure is had, plus the past participle. For example, the train had left before we arrived. She had already eaten when I called. Signal words include before, after, already, and by the time. When you need the earlier of 2 past events, the past perfect makes the order crystal clear. Tense number 8, the past perfect continuous. It stresses the duration of an action that was ongoing before another moment in the past. The structure is had been, plus the verb with ing. For example, he had been working there for 10 years before he left. They had been waiting for an hour when the bus finally came. Signal words include for, since, and before. It highlights how long something continued in the past. Now to the future. Tense number 9, the future simple. It expresses predictions, promises, and quick decisions made in the moment. The structure is will plus the base verb. For example, I will call you tomorrow. It will rain later. Signal words include tomorrow, next week, soon, and later. For a decision made as you speak or a simple prediction, will is the word you want. Tense number 10, the future continuous. It describes an action that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. The structure is will be plus the verb with ing. For example, this time tomorrow, I will be flying to Cairo. At 8 o'clock tonight, they will be having dinner. Signal words point to an exact future time. Use it to picture an action unfolding later on. Tense number 11, the future perfect. It shows an action that will be completed before a certain point in the future. The structure is will have, plus the past participle. For example, by next year, I will have graduated. She will have finished the report by Friday. Signal words include by then, and by the time. When something will already be done before a future deadline, use the future perfect. And finally, tense number 12, the future perfect continuous. It emphasizes the duration of an action right up to a point in the future. The structure is will have been, plus the verb with ing. For example, by December, I will be living here for 5 years. Signal words include by, for, and by the time. Use it to express how long an action will have continued by a specific future moment. Before we finish, let us clear up the most common confusion in English tenses, the present perfect versus the past simple. Use the past simple when you mention a finished time. I saw that film last night. The time last night is over. Use the present perfect when the time is unspecified or still open. I have seen that film. No time is given, and the experience matters now. So remember this. A specific finish time points you to the past simple. No specific time, or a time still connected to now, points you to the present perfect. Here is one more useful comparison. Will versus going to, when we talk about the future. Use will for instant decisions and for predictions with no present evidence. The phone is ringing. I will answer it. Use going to for plans you already decided and for predictions based on what you can see right now. Look at those dark clouds. It is going to rain. Both describe the future, but will feels spontaneous, while going to feels planned or based on evidence. Now, how should you actually practice all of this? Do not just memorize the rules. Take one situation from your own life and describe it across several tenses. What you do every day, what you are doing now, what you have done today, and what you will do tomorrow. When you can switch tenses while talking about your own life, you truly own them. Let us quickly recap. 3 times, past, present, and future. 4 aspects, simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Together, they form the 12 tenses of English. Simple for facts, continuous for actions in progress, perfect to connect time, and perfect continuous for duration. Now practice each one by writing your own sentences, and this grid will become second nature. For more lessons, free guides, and full practice tests for IELTS, TOEFL, and more, visit Typogrammar.com. Thank you for watching and good luck with your exam.